Hello, this is Chris Trina, the founder of School Software Group, and I'd like to thank you for taking a few minutes to view this video of Build Your Own Curriculum. Build Your Own Curriculum is made up of two websites, an administrative site where we actually write the curriculum, and a public site where we use the curriculum on an ongoing basis. The public site is available to parents and students without any special login and gives them access to view the entire district's curriculum information. Also, the public site is used by teachers in an educator mode to view the curriculum that the parents can see, plus some additional features that are only available to teachers. In this video, we're going to explore the public side from both a parent's perspective and a teacher's perspective. We'll start out as a parent's perspective. To do this, we're using a copy of the Little Chute School District. Little Chute is a school district in Wisconsin, and this is a copy of their actual curriculum. I'm in here as a parent right now, so this is a parent's view. So you can see there are 19 pages of curriculum available to me. I can filter this curriculum by department, I can filter it by grade range, and see what's actually out here. So if I click search, I'm now presented with the music courses that are available to 8th grade students. I can pick one of these courses. Here's an overview of the course, here are some units, and here are some attachments. This particular district is doing something very interesting with their attachments. They're putting attachments in the curriculum that will interest parents enough to get them more involved in what's going on. In that particular instance, that was an example of the students performing. They sent an email out to parents in the district, invited the parents to come online, listen to the kids perform, and the goal is to increase parental involvement by getting them more involved. This is also a website where teachers will come to use the curriculum. So instead of using the dusty binder sitting on a shelf, we'll come here and actually use the curriculum on an ongoing basis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in as a teacher to show you what a teacher can see and what parents can see at the same time. And I'll point out differences as we go. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And once I've logged in as a teacher, you can see I now have 25 pages of curriculum instead of 19. Why do I have more curriculum? Well, as a teacher, I can see all the curriculum that's being written in the district, even ones that are still in process. So in the case of this school counseling course for guidance 5th and 6th graders, you'll notice it has a status of pending. Pending means we have not released it for mom and dad to see it yet. But we do want every teacher in the district to see it as it's coming together so that they can all be involved. If we have 4 guidance counselors, but for some reason only 2 of them are working on the curriculum, we want those other 2 to be able to come in and look at this course as quick as possible. And in addition to just looking at the course, be able to send comments back to the authoring team so our voice can be heard and we can impact how the course is coming together. And we can actually do comments at the course unit or topic level and send those comments to the authoring team. Additionally, districts are using the comment section for teachers to record their thoughts throughout the years they actually teach a course, more in a diary type mode, and then the team comes together at the end of the year, they review everyone's comments, and they tweak the curriculum to make it flow better next year. That's our goal, to make this be a living document as much as we possibly can. Well, another thing that a teacher can do that mom and dad can't do is look at other school districts. So as a teacher, I can simply take this drop down, grab another school district, and I'm now viewing their curriculum. So I'm a teacher sitting in Wisconsin looking at the curriculum for a district in Missouri called Park Hill. And in addition to just looking at the curriculum, I can copy at the course unit or topic level, pull this content into my district, and then begin modifying it for our own purposes. Let's find some ways that we can work together and automate that as much as possible. Now, I don't typically look district by district like this because we could be around looking for quite a while trying to find something that's good out there. Typically, I use this advanced search, which allows me to search for a phrase across my district, across a particular district, or across all districts. So if there's a particular math program that my district's using, I can search across every other district that uses Build Your Own Curriculum, find other people using that same curriculum, or excuse me, that same program, and begin looking at how they've implemented it. I can also use this page to do some analysis against my curriculum. Let's say I want to see every place in my district that we touch the Civil War K through 12, and I want to do my analysis at the learning target level because that's a fairly fine-grained level. I click search and now it's analyzing my entire curriculum, every single learning target for any place that we touch the Civil War. And as you can see, it found 2 pages worth of content here. And here are all of the learning targets. You'll notice that we hit it fairly heavily in 5th grade. But do you think the 5th grade teachers know that we were singing songs about it in 4th grade? Or more interesting, do you think the high school teachers know what we covered in 5th grade? This gives us the ability to look across the entire district and track concepts and how we teach them. I want to do one more search here. We'll do a search on Colony because I want to show you that this is an intelligent search. So we're doing a search on the word colony, and it came back and we found colonies, colonial, colonialization. So it found all the derivations of that word. So we truly can track the entire concept across the district. Well, let's go back, and I want to take you through a particular course fairly quickly. We're going to hop back, and I want to show you a social studies course for 6th graders. Now, this is not a perfect course. This is a real course written by real teachers, but this is a nice example. Also, please understand that each district can customize this software regarding the fields that we capture at every level of the curriculum. So the content you're seeing here does not have to be the content that your particular district would be looking for. You define it based upon your needs. So let's go in here and look at U.S. history for grade 6. Here's a course overview. Here are the units we're going to cover. And here's the duration of each of those units. You'll notice they have some units that are marked as ongoing. That means we're not allocating a specific time frame to those. They're going to be covered throughout the year. Whereas we have other units that do have specific durations associated with them. They've got fields for academic vocabulary, essential understandings, materials and resources. They're also capturing who the primary course expert is. That's our in-house go-to person. I've got the ability to send comments to the authoring team. Plus, as an educator, I've got what we call quick links down here at the bottom. The goal of a quick link is to allow me to link to this curriculum from other tools. So if I've got my own web page or maybe a gradebook that allows me to put links in, and we're getting ready to start a particular unit next week that I want to pull the parents' or students' attention to, I can go to that unit in the curriculum system, grab the quick link, stick into this other tool, and we'll hop exactly to that page in the curriculum without having to reinvent the wheel. Let's go into one of these units. We're going to go into the Industrial Revolution. Here's a description of the unit. It's going to last 20 days. Here's some topics we're going to cover. And you'll notice these are fairly fine-grained. Not all districts make them this fine-grained. It's completely up to you and what works for your district. Additionally, as a district, you have the ability to hide this column from your parents if you would like to, since this is an estimated duration and there probably will be some variance. Some districts like to hide it, some districts like to share it. At the top unit level, you'll notice that we've got a field for academic vocabulary, some key questions, some materials and resources, and in the area of academic vocabulary, it's very common, they put an attachment on. So instead of typing all the words in, they just put a worksheet out here that they made available as a public attachment so that students and parents have access to it from at home. It's there and available. Well, let's hop into one of these topics. We'll go into labor unions. And on labor unions, you'll see that it's going to last 2 days. Here's a description of what we're going to do during that topic. Here are the learning targets. We're going to hold the kids accountable for learning. And I can open up each of these learning targets and see the standards and or possibly a description that goes along with that learning target. And then finally, as a teacher, I'll have a listing of any activities that I may use or that someone else may have written regarding how to teach that particular topic. Let's take a look at an activity. I'm going to edit the activity because I'm logged as an administrator, so that gives me editing rights. You can see that an activity has a name and a description. We also bring in the learning targets. Because our activity is tied at the topic level, we know what learning targets apply. And we prompt the teacher to connect their activity to one or more of the things that the student should be learning at that point in time. On the activity screen, the district can add 10 of their own district-defined fields. This particular district added differentiations for advanced and struggling learners. We have a section to cover your expectations and how you're going to measure those expectations. An area where you can put all of your resources, your tools for teaching, worksheets, PowerPoints, websites, anything like that that you want to put out there, you can add. And then we support about 10 different educational philosophies, things like dimensions of learning, Bloom's taxonomy, Marzano's critical thinking skills. You can associate any of these with your district and prompt your teachers to think about these as they're writing their activities. That's a taste of an activity. Now remember, by default, an activity is private until the teacher chooses to share it. Let's go back a couple screens and show you a little bit more on the public side. Scope and sequence is a printout of the course in the flow that we want it to happen. This is very, very handy for teachers to understand their year. Here are the units in the order we want them to flow. Here are topics inside of every unit. And from here we can click any place we want to and hop to that spot in the curriculum. Another view would be a printout of the course. We've got about 3 dozen different reports in the system. This is the most common report that teachers run. All of our reports come out as Adobe Acrobat documents, so you can print them, email them, do whatever you want to do with them. This is the most common one. Here you can see there's an overview, scope and sequence. If we scroll down a little bit, here's the beginning of a unit. If we go down a little bit further, here are our topics, our learning targets. This is the entire course. Now by default, you'll notice that we did not include the state standards. The reason we don't do that by default is that it basically kills a lot of trees. It eats up a lot of paper. You can include them if you want to. You just need to run the report a different way. Also from here, I can get a summary of my learning targets for the entire year, and I can view those either within context, within the units and topics where they're found, or I can just get an alphabetic view of the entire list. So hopefully you have a decent idea for what a course looks like. I want to show you a couple other things fairly quickly. Let's take a look at some standards. And since we're in a Wisconsin district, let's take a look at the Wisconsin standards for social studies. There are 182 social studies standards in the state of Wisconsin. If I were to walk into the average school district and ask them if they taught them all, I'd typically get a fairly sarcastic yes. The point being they know they should, but no one really knows. There's too many for them to understand them all. Well, what if you could very easily come right here where it says covered lesson blank times, put a 1 in there, and click search. It's analyzing all 182 standards right now against the curriculum, and it came out and it told me that there were 3 that are currently not covered by this district. So these are 3 holes. Now they are getting better, they're being filled in, and we're making progress each day. But currently there are 3 holes out there. Let's bring all the standards back up again, and let's play make-believe that we just got our state assessment back. When we analyzed our assessment, we determined we didn't do very well on a particular standard. We can come to this page, choose any standard we want to, go to the column where it says covered, click that icon, and it's going to show me every course, unit, and topic where we teach that standard. So if we didn't do very well, here's where we need to look to figure out how to get better at it. The whole goal is to give you more value out of your curriculum, to get more out of the work that you're already doing. There are several other things on the public website. We won't go into them all. Let's see. Class information is a very teacher-friendly way to publish daily homework assignments for your students. The real key is that it's date-driven. So every assignment has a start date and an end date, and you can sit down today, put out your next 2 weeks worth of homework assignments, and have the system show them automatically. The lesson planner. We have an integrated lesson planner built into Build Your Own Curriculum. The key concept of Build Your Own Curriculum's lesson planner is that a teacher's lesson plan should be based upon the district-defined curriculum. So as a teacher, you go in, you say, I'm on this course, this unit, this topic. Up come your learning targets and your activities, and you can connect them all to your lesson plan. And then whatever other fields that your district believes should be in a lesson plan. Your district creates your own template that defines the fields. Actually, the district can create multiple templates, so we can have a different template for high school versus elementary school, math versus science. It's completely up to you. The last page I want to show you is what we call the teacher portal. The teacher portal is designed for teachers that are a little bit more technologically advanced than some of their peers. What the teacher portal gives you is all of your curriculum information pulled together on one page. In this particular sample, I've got a course called, or a class called the Chris Trina Sample. That class happens to teach the course United States History for grade 6. Here are all of my units that make up that course. I can go into any of these units, such as the Industrial Revolution, and all the other information on this page just refreshed itself to show me content that applies to that. So when I'm on the Industrial Revolution, here are the standards I should be focusing on. Here are some activities. Here's an attachment. It's all available and at my fingertips. If I click on this activity, a window pops up and I have all the information about it. So this page brings all of your curriculum information to one spot, including a calendar which projects the course out onto the year using the district calendar as part of it. So today happens to be December 23rd. I should be on the World on Fire unit, and if I click on that unit, here's a view of the topics and learning targets we should be covering at this point in time. So the goal of the teacher portal is to give your more technically advanced teachers all their curriculum information in one spot. Well, hopefully this has given you a decent taste of Build Your Own Curriculum from a public perspective. There are many more things we could go into, but in the interest of time, we'll stop at this point. If there's additional information we could provide to you, we'd love to hear from you, so please feel free to contact us. Thank you, and have a great day.